Hey, good morning there, my Facebook friends and family. Happy Monday morning. This is Brother Dana coming to you live from Chicago. I'm going to keep you for a few minutes, but I just wanted to share first and foremost regarding the event that took place, the shooting in Las Vegas. You know, I am not so hard-hardened that it does not make me sad to see this type of violence, this type of death, this type of evil. But beyond the way I feel, I have to speak what I believe is truth. And so I titled this as, When You Live by the Sword, You Die by the Sword. And what's happening is white America now is beginning to experience life on the other end of the sword. Because see, for 400 years, white America has been at the end of holding the sword and doing mass murderings of Native American Indians, of mass murders of African Americans, not just in our past and not even at our foundation of this nation, but even to this present day. I mean, you even have a president that just recently basically said to the island of Puerto Rico, "You're not valuable to us." And so these things that are taking place, this mass shooting is a beginning, a greater beginning to teach white America that if you don't want to repent of what you have done to countless of individuals throughout our 400 and plus years, if you don't want to be quiet and listen, as I tell my kids, empathy. Empathy means you put yourself in another person's shoes. White America refuses to put themselves in the shoes of the minorities in this country that have been at the other end of our sword. And so now, God, your God, Yah, whoever you want to call him, white America, is going to have to teach you empathy. Because now when you are afraid to go to concerts, when you are afraid to go to the malls, when you are afraid because your life is at danger, guess what? Welcome to the world that you created. Welcome to the world that you created and continue to create for my black brothers and sisters in this country, for my Mexican brothers and sisters, for every race that you deem less valuable. See, you can make all the excuses you want. You can bring up all the statistics that you want, that black on black crime is worse and this and that. But the reality is this: you serve a God that is not a respecter of persons, in spite of you believing that the God you serve is on your side, and that the God you serve overlooks everything that you do because you are white. Guess what? Let's see where the justice or the defending of your God happens when you refuse to repent of what you have done and continue to do to the minorities, especially our black brothers and sisters in this country. You, white America, founded this nation on using the sword. You did mass murdering to take the land that you live on. You did mass murdering to cause the blacks, Africans, to build up the land that you live on. And now you continue through your devious, manipulative ways. You continue to use that same sword in a new ways to mass kill those races that you deem beneath your feet. President Trump and you are so worried from the outsiders that I believe your God, Yah, my Yah, is going to use your very own people to cut you down. Why? I don't know why white America is so surprised, and I don't know if this individual, what nationality he was, but I don't know why white America is so surprised. Because we always say, when you live by the sword, you die by the sword. It is my people that will judge the inner city communities and say, well, when you have ruthless, lawless, unrespectable people that are crazy, that's the type of environment you get. Well, guess what, white America? I believe we're the kings of craziness. We're the kings of murdering and killing and evilness. Look at our history. Look at our history, even just here in the United States. So yes, this saddens me. It saddens me that my white family is choosing to ignore the warning that the blood, see, and they think the blood that is going to be on their hands is going to come from outside forces. No, it's going to come from within your own people. Because when you live by the sword, you die by the sword. The only difference is now, white America, you're going to be on the other end of the sword. Meaning, you're not going to be the one holding the sword this time. You're going to be the one facing the consequences of the sword. Those are your words. That's what you taught me growing up. You reap what you sow. So at what point do you think? Why do you think, as a race, we are never going to reap what we've sowed? It's time white America repents. It's time you repent. But see, again, there's no empathy in you. And so now you're going to understand what it feels like. You're going to understand what it feels like to fear coming out of your homes, going to the grocery store, going to a event that should be a fun-filled time. And you're going to fear, because that's exactly what you have done to every minority in this nation. You have instilled upon them the fear of your God. Now that fear of your God is going to turn around and put fear in you. It's sad what took place today or last night. But also look at this, my black brothers and sisters. My people do not know how to deal with suffering. And I say that to say this to you again, to encourage you that you are survivors. You have lived under this type of environment for 400 years. You're survivors. You do not need to fear. My people do not know. Yes, we survived maybe through the Depression. And look at how many of my people jumped off bridges during the Depression because they couldn't take it anymore. Imagine how they're going to deal with not only living in a time of depression financially, but also with the fear of death looming over them all the time. My people will not hang. My people will not know how, but you will, because you've survived under it for 400 years plus. So, this is encouragement to know that Yah is on your side. And He is beginning more and more to show you. You know, and I just even this morning, they're trying to track down the guns, but because of Congress, with their lack of control of the guns, it's going to take them some time to find out if he got these guns legally or illegally. See, the same demise, those same things they refuse to do are now going to come back and haunt them. Because why put a control on guns when we're the ones that are those that control the guns and want to control the guns? But now that we're going to be on the other end, you'll see things change again. So white America, as I said in a video over a year ago, if you refuse to repent and acknowledge the sins of our forefathers, to the sins of today within our correctional facilities, and again, not equality, but the freedom of the minorities, especially our black brothers and sisters, then the blood that you're going to be experiencing will be on your hands. And that is what you're seeing. There will be no place where you will be safe. just like we created for our black brothers and sisters. They're not safe in their homes. They're not safe in their own yards. They're not safe in their vehicles. They're not safe anywhere. Because white America has slaughtered them. And now white America is going to be slaughtered. You reap what you sow, white America. You live by the sword, you die by the sword, white America. You refuse to repent, white America. You will face the consequences of those sins. This is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. So it is sad. It is sad that my people are so stiff-necked as well that they refuse to acknowledge the truth. And so therefore they will experience what it's like to live in fear at all times for your life. But hey, it was okay for you to live underneath that as my black brothers and sisters and minorities in this country. So as my father used to say, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So hey, it's about time we understand what it's like to walk in the shoes of individuals that white man has deemed unvaluable and has murdered and killed for almost 400 plus years. Have a great day, and know that Yah has heard your cries, and that the end of your slavery in this nation is just around the corner. Have a great week if we don't talk, but anyway, sometimes words are not there to express the things that we're seeing. That man wasn't crazy. White folk have been doing this stuff for a long time. It's just like I said, we've been at the other end of the sword. We've been holding it. Now we're going to experience what it feels like to be cut by it. Have a great day. Shalom.